Polar shift is a hypothetical event where the Earth's magnetic poles rapidly move or even reverse positions. This theory suggests that such a shift could lead to catastrophic changes in the planet's climate, tectonic activity, and electromagnetic field. Proponents point to evidence of past magnetic pole reversals recorded in the orientation of magnetic minerals in ancient rocks. Some believe that a polar shift could cause widespread geological disasters, including increased volcanic activity, earthquakes, and tsunamis. The theory often incorporates the idea that a polar shift might disrupt modern technology, potentially causing global communication and navigation systems to fail. Supporters of the polar shift theory sometimes link it to ancient prophecies and texts that describe global cataclysms. Some researchers claim that the Earth's magnetic field is weakening at an accelerated rate, which they interpret as a sign of an impending polar shift. Proponents often cite unusual animal behavior, such as mass bird deaths or whale strandings, as potential indicators of magnetic field disturbances preceding a shift. The concept of polar shift has been popularized in various works of fiction, contributing to its widespread recognition in popular culture. While mainstream scientific consensus does not support the idea of rapid, catastrophic polar shifts, the gradual movement of magnetic poles is a recognized and ongoing phenomenon. Polybius refers to an alleged arcade game from the 1980s that was supposedly part of a government psychological experiment. According to the legend, the game appeared in select arcades in Portland, Oregon for a brief period in 1981. Players reported experiencing intense psychoactive and addictive effects after playing Polybius, including nightmares, insomnia, and hallucinations. Witnesses claim to have seen men in black suits collecting data from the machines, fueling speculation about government involvement. The game allegedly disappeared without a trace after about a month, leaving no physical evidence of its existence. Some theories suggest Polybius was designed to test subliminal messaging techniques or mind control methods on unsuspecting players. The name Polybius is believed to reference the Greek historian known for his work on cryptography, adding to the mystery surrounding the game. Descriptions of the game's appearance and gameplay vary, but many accounts mention rapidly changing geometric patterns and puzzle-like elements. The Polybius legend has persisted in gaming culture, inspiring numerous recreations, tributes, and references in popular media. While no conclusive evidence supports the existence of Polybius, the story continues to captivate those interested in urban legends and conspiracy theories. Polywater refers to a hypothetical form of water with different properties than regular H2O, proposed in the late 1960s by Soviet scientists. This substance was claimed to have a higher boiling point, lower freezing point, and greater viscosity than ordinary water. Researchers believed polywater was formed when regular water was subject to extreme pressure in narrow quartz capillary tubes. The discovery sparked intense scientific interest, with some speculating that polywater could revolutionize industries and even pose a global threat if it contaminated water supplies. Proponents argued that polywater represented a new state of matter, with water molecules arranged in a different structure than normal. Some scientists claim to have successfully replicated the Soviet experiments, lending credibility to the polywater theory. The US government invested significant resources into polywater research, fearing potential military applications if the substance proved real. Critics of polywater suggested that the observed properties were due to contamination from the experimental apparatus or dissolved silica. By the mid-1970s, most scientists concluded that polywater was a result of impurities rather than a new form of water. The polywater episode is often cited as an example of pathological science, where researchers become overly invested in a flawed concept. Pope's confession refers to a controversial theory suggesting that the Catholic Church possesses a hidden document containing a startling admission from a past pope. This alleged confession is said to reveal that significant aspects of Christian doctrine were fabricated or manipulated for political purposes. Some proponents believe the document dates back to the early medieval period, possibly during the time of the powerful Pope Gregory VII. The theory posits that this confession details how certain biblical stories, miracles, or even core tenets of the faith were embellished or entirely created to consolidate the Church's power. Supporters of this idea point to historical instances of the Catholic Church suppressing information, such as the Index Librorum Prohibitorum, as evidence of its capacity for secrecy. They also cite the Vatican's secret archives, which house numerous classified documents, as a potential location for such a confession. Some theorists argue that hints of this confession have been leaked over centuries through coded messages in art, literature, and architecture associated with the Church. The idea gains traction among those who view organized religion as a means of social control, seeing this hypothetical confession as ultimate proof of their suspicions. This entry refers to the theory that major internet platforms embed hidden content to influence users' behavior and thoughts. These subliminal messages are believed to be brief, nearly imperceptible stimuli designed to bypass conscious awareness and directly affect the subconscious mind. Proponents argue that large tech companies use sophisticated algorithms to personalize and deliver these messages based on individual user data. Some claim these hidden stimuli can influence purchasing decisions, political views, or even emotional states without users realizing it. Believers point to the rapid advancements in neuroscience and artificial intelligence as enabling more precise and effective subliminal techniques. They cite examples of targeted advertising and content recommendation systems as evidence of websites' ability to manipulate user behavior. Some theorists suggest that flickering images, subtly altered logos, or strategically placed pixels could serve as carriers for these subliminal messages. Supporters of this idea often reference historical attempts at subliminal advertising, such as the controversial 1957 movie theater experiment, as precedent for such practices. The theory gains traction due to growing concerns about data privacy, digital addiction, and the increasing power of tech giants over daily life. This entry refers to the theory that certain explicit media content is deliberately produced and distributed to influence population behavior and societal norms. Proponents argue that governments or powerful organizations use such material as a tool for social engineering and mass distraction. The theory suggests that increased accessibility to these materials is designed to lower birth rates, alter relationship dynamics, and shape personal preferences. Some believers point to the rapid proliferation of free websites offering explicit content as evidence of an orchestrated effort to saturate society with such material. Supporters of this idea often cite studies on the effects of this media on brain chemistry and behavior as proof of its potential for mass influence. The theory also proposes that specific themes or content are promoted to encourage certain societal shifts or behaviors. Some adherents believe that this type of media is used to collect data on population preferences and vulnerabilities for further manipulation. Proponents sometimes link this theory to broader ideas about population control and social engineering by elites. The addictive nature of this content and its impact on relationships are often cited as intentional outcomes of this alleged control mechanism. Possible people is a philosophical concept exploring the idea that fictional characters could exist in alternate realities or parallel universes. This theory suggests that for every imagined person, there exists a possible world where they are real. Proponents argue that the act of creating a fictional character brings them into existence in some form of reality. The concept draws on modal realism, which posits that all possible worlds are as real as our actual world. Supporters of this idea point to quantum physics and the many worlds interpretation as potential scientific backing. They argue that if infinite universes exist, then any coherently imagined character must exist somewhere. This theory extends beyond literature and media, suggesting that even daydreams or passing thoughts could create possible girls in other realities. Some philosophers use this concept to explore questions of identity, existence, and the nature of possibility. Believers of this theory often cite the vivid nature of fictional characters and their emotional impact on readers as evidence of their quasi-real status. The theory challenges traditional notions of reality and fiction, blurring the line between imagination and existence. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. The left link takes you to more clips like this. The right link takes you to the full episodes these are from. Thanks for watching.